The judge certainly did everything.
Here's the former president, now a convicted felon 34 times, about to address reporters.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end, and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now, from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one, with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Why should voters vote for a convicted felon?
Are you going to drop out?
Donald Trump not talking details of the case, but attacking, as he has pretty much every day, consistently and often late at night, the judicial system in the United States, claiming that this is rigged, that this shouldn't have been brought in New York, where his business is in fact located. Here with Paula Reed and Caitlin Collins. I mean, this is, again, clearly he's turning this to politics and to the campaign and trying to link this, what he calls a rigged system, to a rigged system that he hopes his voters believe in as well.
Yeah, he has to now, right? Because he's the Republican nominee, and this is going to be a factor, perhaps not a big one, perhaps not one that'll change the hearts and minds of voters, but this is something he is going to have to contend with. And his framing is, again, that this is all election interference. The same argument the prosecutors made against him, right? He was trying to subvert democracy. That's how he's going to try to frame this to the American public, to explain why he is now a convicted felon.
And what's remarkable is the sentencing for Donald Trump in this case is going to happen. That hearing 4 days before he will attend the Republican National Convention as the party's, he's the presumptive Republican nominee. Now he will become the party's official nominee there. That's also when he's expected to announce who is going to be the vice presidential candidate. And it's remarkable that obviously we've never been at this moment in history, but the fact that he will be at that convention 4 days after he is sentenced in this case, when we find out what the judge here, Judge Juan Merchan, who he has attacked repeatedly as corrupt without any basis for that, it is a remarkable moment. And where this election is headed, we don't know what the political impact of this will be, but the fact that he'll be sentenced as a convicted felon 4 days before the Republican convention is something we've never seen before.
Yeah. Daniel Dale, fact checker for us, is with us. Daniel, you heard what former president said there. What stood out to you?
He made the false claim that he made before the trial, made almost every day during the trial, and repeated it again now after the trial. He said that this was all done by the Biden administration. As I've said, I think on TV more than 10 times at this point, there is not a shred of evidence that the Biden administration did anything to bring this case, to orchestrate this case, to run this case. This was a case brought by a locally elected prosecutor, yes, a Democrat, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. There is no sign that Joe Biden, his DOJ, his White House had anything to do with it. Now, former President Trump continues to reference a former DOJ official under President Biden who went to work for DA Bragg's team. There was no sign that anyone else at DOJ or the president himself had anything to do with that personal employment decision. And then off topic, not a focus today, he repeated his claim that people are pouring in over the border from mental institutions. As Caitlin has repeatedly noted, I have specifically asked the Trump campaign for any evidence to corroborate that claim. They have provided zero, nothing at all.